Namaste everyone. A very warm welcome to all of you in this daily live meditation session with me, Dhyanse. We are meditating on 112 meditation techniques of Vigyan, Bhairav, Tantra. Once again, let me remind you how it all began. This Tantra journey began as a love story. When the love in Bhairavi arose for Bhairava, when the love in unconsciousness arose for consciousness, to be one with consciousness, to be in the clarity of consciousness, in that love, the entire Vigyan Bhairav Tantra arose. And as you have gone on this journey with me, this love is also there in you. This love has also arisen in you. And if you look back, all this journey of the past 92 sessions, such a long, intense journey, when you look at your starting point and when you look at yourself now, you will clearly see a transformation that you are going through. You will see how far you have left the shore of who you were, of that persona that you were carrying, and now how far you are from that persona, more and more closer to yourself. This transformation you are already experiencing because of the energy of love, because of what all is possible out of this energy of love, which then takes you towards truth, takes you towards silence, takes you towards meditation, takes you towards oneness. This energy, when this rises more and more in you, when you are fully in love, when you are completely in love, then you are on a crossroad. And how do you proceed further is still to be decided. There is still something where either you choose which takes you higher, or you may fall into something that takes you completely astray. There is still a pitfall. There are still decisions to be made. There are still points, crossroads, where it is critical. What happens to this love in you? This love which is, you are full and immersed of this love while going through this Tantra journey. There are three possibilities. The first possibility is that you just stay in this love, in this unconditional love, in this fullness of love. You just stay in this love. Then there is nothing that you need to worry about. There is no spirituality left for you. There is no more transformation for you, because this state of love is complete in a way. It's complete in itself. It's so beautiful. It's so tasteful to be fully in love, to be in unconditional love, that who cares about enlightenment? Who cares about truth? Who cares about any kind of spirituality? Love is enough unto itself. So you can stay there in this unconditional love, and all the doubts are resolved. All the problems are resolved. Just the way when Bhairavi is raising doubts and problems to Bhairava, Bhairava makes sure that Bhairavi is in love first. Therefore, you can stay in this love and remain in this love, enjoy this love for the rest of your life. But it is difficult to just stay in unconditional love all the time without this energy being addressed somewhere, directed somewhere. It's nearly impossible. It is impossible, but it has happened in the past. There have been enough people, who have lived just this unconditional love. Nothing more, nothing less. No more spirituality, no more falling of this love. Staying in this unconditional love. If you can do that, ask yourself, can you be in unconditional love and in so much in full of this love that nothing else matters to you? If that is the case, your journey comes to an end. For you, there is no more spirituality. Stay there. Chances are that this love you cannot hold just like that, because you're living a life which is in the world. You are not somewhere in a monastery. You're not somewhere on top of the mountain. You are interacting with forms. You are in this physical world, living and in the practicalities of life, interacting with the unconsciousness around you as well. In that unconsciousness, there are two possibilities that you can use, that you can move towards with this love that you have. The first possibility, or out of the three, the second possibility is of passion. This love that you have, this energy, it wants to be directed somewhere. It wants to have a call to action. Somewhere it wants to go. What may happen is that your passion may capture this energy of love, where you start directing your love towards your object of desire. It becomes passion. And this is where you fall. This is where you fall off the spirituality. You fall more strongly towards the ego, where your love, it starts empowering your desires. This is what is known as passion, where you become very, very passionate about something, about a person, about objects, about anything, where you want to possess, you want to fulfill your desires. This path of passion towards fulfilling the desires, it is also tasteful for a while, but you always lose in the end. You are always thrown into misery in the end. This path is always leading to misery without exceptions. When you are moving towards passion, when you are moving towards desire, when you're moving towards ego, even if you bring the energy of love behind that passion, behind that desire, in fulfilling that desire, the moment passion and desire is there, is capturing, is containing the love, it is taking you towards hell. It is taking you towards misery without exception. And then the third possibility, which is of devotion. This love transformed into devotion. This word devotion is made into such an ugly word. It is so much condemned. Let us understand this word. What is this devotion? But before that, see that these are the three possibilities. The first possibility, that you stay in love. The second possibility, that you fall into passion. Your love is caught into passion. And the third possibility is to move much more deeper in love towards devotion. But we are so scared, so afraid to move anywhere deeper in life. Anything that is deep, be it our own depths or the depths of anything, be it in art, be it music, any depths of life, we are scared, we are afraid, we have fear of losing oneself. So we never allow ourselves to go to the depths of things. Muli, he was once walking through uncharted terrain. He fell into an abyss, and while falling, he held on to one of the branches that he found, and he was just holding on to the branch, realizing what has happened, this terror, this accident that has happened to him where he has fallen. He was trembling, completely in fear. What is going to happen? Is he going to die now, in the next minutes? In this trembling, he was grabbing hold on to that branch for very tightly as he could. For minutes, he was holding on to that branch. His arm was completely burning. He could not hold on to it anymore. But what to do? It was a question of life and death. He kept on holding, trembling in fear, counting his last moments of life. And finally, in this darkness, he was in this abyss. His hand was released. He could not hold it anymore. And he fell just 2 inches more, and he realized that he fell on the ground, which was just 2 inches below him. Just 2 inches below him, and he was so afraid to let go. So afraid to let go of the branch, he thought that he's going to die. Just the fall. He never saw in his unconsciousness, in the darkness around him, that the fall, this is just 2 inches deeper than where he is. Same is with the depths when you go further deeper into silence, further deeper into love. When you move deeper into love, 2 inches below, few inches below is devotion. This devotion has to be understood. What is this devotion? In passion, everything is oriented towards the self. Everything is to serve the desire of oneself. In devotion, the energies are directed away from yourself. You're not serving yourself. You're devoted. Your love is devoted, is transformed into devotion away from yourself towards something. It has an address. Your devotion has an address, but the energy is not directed towards yourself. This is one of the ways to ensure that your love does not become passion, that your love does not serve yourself and just your own ego. To ensure that, love has to be transformed into devotion. And this devotion is that state where you're completely in love, you're in a complete let go, in a complete surrender, in devotion addressed to something. And this devotion could be devotion to an art form. It could be a devotion to music, devotion to dancing, any form of art form. And every artist knows, unless you are devoted, the art never comes to you. You always have this distance between you, between the artist and the art. Even if the love is there, even then the distance between the art and the artist is there. Unless there is devotion, unless the artist, he loses himself into the devotion of the art does not open up for the artist. It remains a skill. It remains something that has to be still learned. It does not reach to its perfection unless there is devotion, unless there is intense love, intense devotion, where you completely are not self-centered. The energies are directed towards the art form. So this devotion could be for a form. That form could be an art. It could be even a person. Any person that you love in your life, you could be devoted to that person as well. But in the world that we live in, the moment we think in terms of devotion, the moment anything that speaks not serving the self is condemned, because it is not serving one's ego, therefore it should not exist. We have also almost eliminated this beautiful state of devotion from our consciousness, from the ways we live in our life. Try this devotion for an art form, for something, for someone that you love, or to the formless. If form is not enough, if none of the forms are enough for your devotion, devote to the formless, to this whole, to this infinite, to what we call as God. But be in devotion. Let this energy of love move towards devotion. Without devotion, you will never be one with the whole. You will never be one with the form, with the formless. You will never be one with Bhairava. Bhairavi, in order to be one with Bhairava, has to transform the love to devotion, to being one with Bhairava. On that note, let us move in silence, let us move in meditation, in our love transforming to devotion, to something, whatever is coming to your heart. It could be a form, it could be an art form, your music, your dance. It could be a person that you love. It could be your teacher, it could be your master, or it could be completely a formless, something that is formless, something that is of pure consciousness, of the infinite, of the whole. Keep that object or the objectlessness, the form or the formlessness in your heart in the next minutes. Bring your energy of love, bring yourself to that form or that formless in the next minutes, in the next moments of meditation and silence. Let us close our eyes. And take a posture that is comfortable. With your body relaxed. Your breath flowing naturally. A sense of restful alertness in your body, in your mind. Focusing your energy to your heart. And visualizing the form of your love or the sense of formless. In these moments, bringing your energy, your love to the form or the formless. Visualizing that form in front of you. Visualizing the form that you love or the formless, the sense of whole. and directing your love, addressing your love to the form or the formless. Connecting deeper to the form or the formless. Remaining aware of the love in your heart and connecting to the form or the formless in devotion. Address all your energy of love to the form or the formless. Let go of yourself. And be in devotion to the form or the formless. Your love, your energies, all devoted, all directed to the form or the formless. And feel the connection of this devotion. Total let go, total surrender. Silence arises. Let go of everything and be in this silence, in this awareness. not holding on to anything. Let go of yourself in this silence and awareness. Keeping the sense of connection to the form or the formless, a sense of devotion in your heart, very gently and slowly. You may open your eyes. Maintaining the stillness, centeredness, silence, awareness, and this devotion, this taste of letting go in love, in deep love, taking this to your daily life, to whatever is deserving your devotion. It could be a form or it could be formless. Have something in life which deserves your devotion. There has to be something in life which deserves your devotion. Otherwise, you will miss this taste, this state of devotion, which is one of the most beautiful states and experiences to live. See, as we move on to this spiritual journey, on this spiritual transformation, we revive and relive these rare, special states which are nearly extinct from our daily life. The state of unconditional love, the state of devotion, of trust, of prayer, of truth, of silence. This is our goal, this is our journey, this is spiritual transformation, to live this life not just in the experience of greed, of ego, of self-centeredness, of misery, of pain, but live these beautiful states of life, of love, of truth, of devotion, of trust, and so many more that come along on this path of spirituality. If you wish to flow along with me and with other meditators on this path, you are more than welcome to apply to be a part of our community. To do that, please write me an email with your introduction, with your calling for a community, for a sangha, to flow along in my guidance, and what would you like to give back to this community. Thank you very much. Namaste. The announcement which I shared yesterday. Today is the last session of Tantra Vigyan Bhairav Tantra for for now, until we take a break of 4 weeks and come back for the finale of the last 18 sessions of this journey towards 112 techniques of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. So if you have been regularly a part of this journey, regularly been visiting these sessions, being in this space, keep this space alive in your life in the next 4 weeks of the break from these live sessions, by sitting in silence, by practicing those techniques that you found much resonating to you. Or if you have missed some of the techniques, if you have missed parts of this journey that we have been on for the last several months, next 4 weeks is a chance to revisit, to fill those gaps, to go through this journey, these techniques, and being in this silence, maintaining the continuity of this silent awareness for the next 4 weeks. And as we come back, as we begin once again, as we continue once again this journey towards the grand finale of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, with the energies never experienced before, with the silence never experienced before, with the awareness never experienced before. To take you to that peak, you have to reach to the base camp, and that base camp, we are already very close to that. All you need to do is, in the next 4 weeks, practice, 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 move towards that silence, and from there on, we will take the last steps, the last sessions of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. Thank you once again. Namaste.